Yeah. Uh-huh.
Ladies and gentlemen, today with us in the game room we have football superstar Marlon Lane. What's going on, man?
Nothing, man. Chill.
That's what's up. So, tell me, man, you was a star in football, but you was also a star in basketball. How did you decide to make that transition, before your career in football?
I was playing basketball since, fourth, third grade, and I was taller than everybody, but as I got older, I started growing at my position, only 5'11". Everybody's 6'5", 6'6". So I just decided to play, football because, I like physical stuff, and I just felt that I'd get more recognition in football than basketball.
Oh, that's what's up. Before we go on, let me tell you how talented this man was. I was a senior in high school. He came in as either a freshman or 8th grader, and I was starting, When he came, I started riding the bench a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? I ain't mad because the best man won the job, but I'd rather him make that decision when I was a senior that he's going to play football, so I had a little more playing time. But that just goes to show you how talented he was, though. But, coming from Lighthouse, a smaller school, and then going to mainly more, powerhouse, more for sports and other stuff, was that a lot of pressure on you?
It was pretty much pressure because everybody thought I couldn't do it at a 6A school rather than doing it at a 1A. So, I just kept my confidence up and let people talk, work out day and night, and just went in and, I performed at the top-notch talent, because I'm competitive. So, like you said, best man win, and I ended up winning the starting job at Manor High School.
So along with playing sports, you kept a 3.2 GPA, and that's not easy to do, being a superstar athlete and getting the work done. So how did you manage to do that?
I mean, it was hard. It slipped a couple times. I let it drop because practice all day and do my homework, but I made up for it, just studying for an hour each night I get home before I get in the shower. And, it just, coaches stand on me, coaches, parents, and just mentors just stand on me, making me do the work. So, and I said I never fell off a team for grades, and I just succeeded off of that.
So from school to the football field, who would you say is the number one person who's, pushes you to succeed in everything?
First God. Without him, I couldn't do all this. He gave everybody different things, to be successful for it. He gave me talent, so I'm going to take that and just run with it while I can. And, every man can't walk, and everybody can't run, so I was blessed from that. And, I got a lot of people, that push me, so father, mom, Coach Bright, Rose, a lot of people, so it's not that particular one.
So, not only you, but your father, even your granddad, and your little brothers, all y'all are just straight athletes, man. Is that strong bloodline of sports in y'all family that gave you a lot of confidence on the field?
Yeah, as I was growing up, my mom's side, granddad, all of them was talented. Tall, they were basketball players. My dad was they basketball and football players. And it's just too much talent in our family for one of us not to make it anywhere. So I just put down that I'm going to be the one.
So growing up in D-Land, we got Mikey, Harper, and Chantrell, which ones you grew up with, and also you played against. All y'all was football stars, but y'all done took it to the next level, and y'all at D1 colleges. How does that feel?
It feels great inside right now, but to see the people that you grow up with, everybody on the same page trying to get to the next level, and we just push each other, all of us. even though we played against each other, we had our little, confidence on the off the field, just playing around about our rival. But far down the line, I'm glad for all of them. One out of four will make it. And it'd be better if all four of us make it.
So, you're leaving to go to Tennessee soon, man. What's going through your head? You're gonna be, a whole other place, new people, new team, get used to. What's going on with that?
Just going there, listening. College is gonna be a job. It ain't high school no more. And you can, sleep in the film room and play around because you got that starting position. But everybody blue chip in college, so just go in there, keep my mouth closed, and just listen, just take down so-called information they give me. And I'm going there, as a true freshman. So August, first game will be starting because I'm working.
So this probably the last time anyone sees you or hear what you got to say before you leave. You're leaving them all. So anything you want to say, family, friends.
Well, my family, I get them a grade A because they stay behind me through thick and thin. Even when I was slipping a little bit, even when I was sitting out for 6-7 months from knee surgery, they still was by my side making me work. And that goes for my friends too. Everybody have friends, but doesn't nobody have a whole bunch of friends that's going to be behind 100% the right way. Some friends be jealous, want to lead you a certain way, and you have the other friends that want to see you succeed. So the friends that I got, they help me succeed. And I don't like that because I don't trust a lot of people. So they can have my respect on that.
That's what's up. Y'all in the game room? Is more than name? Y'all.
This ain't no G, this shit smoking, this shit thrash for real. This that shit that had you choking and got Tuka killed. Niggas chasing clout and claiming bodies they ain't do for real. And my bitch got ass shots, but I promise that this strap is real. This ain't no G, this shit smoking, this shit thrash for real. This that shit that had you choking and got Tuka killed. Niggas chasing clout and claiming bodies they ain't do for real. And my bitch got ass shots, but I promise that this strap is real. Niggas ain't gon' shoot for real, they ain't gon' shoot for real. Call up Muwapi, grab his Glock and he gon' shoot to kill. I done hit stains for real, niggas ain't game for real, niggas go to jail or tell. I done hit hits from my cell, damn, bad bitch post my bill, scream fuck 12, all these bills came from the cartel. They say I got mail, damn, who got nailed? That boy a trophy, I'ma put him on the shelf. This ain't no G, this shit smoking, this shit thrash for real. This that shit that had you choking and got Tuka killed. Niggas chasing clout and claiming bodies they ain't do for real. And my
You are listening to Fourth and Truth, a podcast on iHeartRadio, iTunes, and Google Play, wherever you may be, however you may be listening. We thank you for making us part of your day. Before we get to this loaded show, and I mean it is loaded, I've got to tell you about LendingTree.com. Need a home loan? Refinance rate 3.04% today. APR 15-year fixed for all home loans. Go to LendingTree.com. With news breaking that Butch Jones has been fired at Tennessee, it is a day that I feel is long overdue. This situation is something I feel could have been taken care of after the 41-0 beatdown by Georgia at home. When you go all out, you bring out the smoky gray uniforms, you have Peyton Manning on the field, you've got all these people there, sold out, you get beat 41-0. I thought that should have been the end for Butch Jones, but John Currie, for whatever reason, I don't know why you can make this decision now to fire Butch Jones when you could have made it weeks ago. What was it, like 4 or 5 weeks ago when they played Georgia? I just don't know why you make it now. The circumstances are absolutely 100% the same if you fire him this week against LSU or if you fire him after you lose to Georgia. Everything stays the same. In fact, everything is better for you if you fire him after Georgia, because you have a chance to go ahead and put a head coach in place. You fire Butch Jones before Florida fires Jim McElwain. Florida is going to hire a new coach before Tennessee does, I think. I don't know. We'll see how that plays out. But I just don't know the timing was set up the right way. I'm really concerned about that. But Marlon Lane, former Tennessee running back, is going to be on the show today. Really excited about that. His father as well, Marlon Lane Sr., who is going to be joining me first after I come back from a quick break. Loaded show today, guys. A lot of stuff to get to. A lot of stuff we got to get to the bottom of. That's why you come to Fourth and Truth. We got to get to the bottom of things. When I come back from a quick break, Marlon Lane Sr., the father of Marlon Lane, former Tennessee running back, will be on Fourth and Truth.
Doing in there? Looking at these lame credit card offers. Plus, my buddy Doug bet me $10 I couldn't fit in a mailbox.
What's wrong with these offers?
Wake up and smell the future, man. Don't settle. Go to LendingTree.com and shop for the credit card that you want, like reward cards or 0% interest for 18 months.
At LendingTree, shop and compare credit cards and choose the one that's right for you. LendingTree, the place to shop for money.
And welcome back. I am now joined by Marlon Lane Sr., the father of former Tennessee running back Marlon Lane. Mr. Lane, thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you.
You know, Butch Jones being fired yesterday, your son having played for Butch Jones, were you surprised by this? Do you think the firing was maybe overdue? Could it have been sooner?
Yes, I do. I think it should have became sooner than what it was. Because you have kids out there that's really playing hard. And to me, that I didn't think he was the best fit for the Tennessee program due to the fact that Tennessee beat them when he was at Cincinnati.
That's true. I saw that yesterday on Twitter, and I forgot all about that. So Butch Jones, Butch Jones goes out with a losing record to every team in the SEC, including Tennessee. So that's a pretty crazy stat. There's a lot of former players coming out with some crazy stories about Butch Jones. Did you ever get a chance to meet him, or do you have any sort of, dirt on him like a lot of these guys are coming out with these stories?
Hey, you know what? And that's the strangest thing. You know what I mean? I never met Butch. Duly, always. Butch never once shook his hand, knock on me face to face. Even when Marlon suffered that ligament tear in his foot against Western Kentucky, if I'm not mistaken. Mm-hmm. And I went up there to see Marlon play, and they was playing Georgia that week. And I went up there, I was not even informed that Marlon was in a boot. To Marlon, to him, his feet was huge. And my concern was that next week they was going to have a bye. I said, man, if you're not here, I don't want you playing. But I could never talk to Butch because I was going to tell Butch I didn't want him out there, that next week if he wasn't 100% out there. And once again, he let him play. He had him still playing, and that's why he was hurt. That South Carolina game, he went out with the same foot injury, and Marlon still got that ligament messed up in his foot because it didn't heal correctly.
Mm-hmm. So you say you never had a chance to meet Butch?
I never met Butch.
So you're saying that you like Derek Dooley more than Butch Jones, right?
That's besides Tennessee being a great school, because my cousin Bridget Gordon went there. That was Marlon. Actually, when he was young, him and Sanders always talked about Tennessee. Tennessee is a great place. Derek Dooley was a straight up guy. I just think that they didn't give him enough time, because he was working off Lane Kiffin guys, and that's what I say with Butch. When Butch went to the bowl game, them was Dooley guys, but I never ever met Butch. Butch never was a man to me, and came up and said, "Mr. Lane, this is." I don't. Only reason that I know how he sound is when they interview him on TV.
Wow, that's something else, Marlon. I'll tell you this, man. If I give you three names, Chip Kelly, John Gruden, and Bob Stoops, who would you pick?
Good God. I would say my first one would be John Gruden, because he cares about the kids as well as Snoops, because not only the kids coming there, it's something when your kid come there believing in that school and also that coach, but when a coach backstab them and stuff like that, it tends to take them away from their goal, because high school is a memory, college is a career. And some of the kids, it hurts them when, if something like that happened to them, it take their career away from them.
Right.
So I would say John Gruden and also Swooker, they really care about their kids, not only on the field, off the field. They don't go by that, misbehaviors. They teach them how to be a man.
Right.
As well as Nick Saban. He teaches the guys how to be a man. And that's pretty hard against John Gruden and Mr. Swoops.
Right. Do you think those guys are far-fetched? Do you think that those are unrealistic possibilities?
Well, I would say John Gruden might be. I think he's so caught up in loving what he do now, that he's been out for a while. But I think Swoop would be nice because he's still like lubed up, so he's still warmed up. But should I put it that way? John Gruden, he's like a cheetah. One thing about a cheetah, you never see a cheetah warm up before he go get his prey.
There you go.
He's surprising too. So I say it's kind of, when you throw that quarter up in the air, it's going to stay up in the air for a good long time before it hit the ground.
Right. I agree, man. I would absolutely love for John Gruden to take the job. Of course, a lot of rumors going around that he might be interested in it. Marlon, thank you for joining me today, man. I really appreciate it.
Man, I'll tell you what, I really, really appreciate it because, like I say, man, this really can take a burden because, Marlon can talk because he had a lot of stuff bubble up in him that I had to be strong as a father to stay calm for him,
Right.
It's been a bumpy, should I say, oatmeal road, But I really appreciate it.
Marlon, that's Marlon Lane, Marlon Lane Sr., father of former Tennessee running back Marlon Lane. Thanks again, boss.
Thank you very much.
All right, take care now.
All right.
That was, of course, Marlon Lane Sr. Great guy. And Marlon's an even better person. You can tell he was raised by this guy. We'll take a quick break. When we come back on, we'll have the Marlon Lane, the Tennessee running back. You just listened to his father on Fourth and Truth. This is your host, Chad Wyrick. We'll come back after a quick break.
I got a mortgage offer from the bank today.
What? You never just get one offer. Go to lendingtree.com and shop multiple loan offers for free.
Free?
Yeah, could save thousands. You should probably buy me dinner. Papa's eating steak tonight.
No.
At LendingTree, shop and compare loan offers from top lenders, and in just 5 minutes, you could save thousands. LendingTree, the place to shop for money.
Okay, welcome back to Fourth and Truth. You just listened to his father. Now you're hearing it from him. Marlon Lane, thanks for joining me again, brother.
Thanks for having me back on.
With the news of Butch Jones being fired yesterday, I'm seeing a lot of stories from former players coming out and saying that Butch Jones was a bad person. Now that he's gone, and you can possibly open up a little more about this, did you ever experience any mistreatment from Butch Jones? Did any of your teammates ever experience anything out of the ordinary?
I have witnessed a lot of it, whether it was mentally abused or, physically or whatever. I haven't seen him in my own eyesight physically abuse somebody, but I don't saw him mentally. I don't saw him say some things to some players that, that they couldn't defend themselves in, or, done some things to them. He never mistreated me out of the ordinary, but he done some things to me that I feel like wasn't held up to the standards that he said. I feel like I was used there for a lot of reasons. I got mentally abused, not mentally abused, but just verbal, hearing a lot of things as in he can end my career. I done heard things get back to me of him during my NFL career, trying to go to an NFL career. I done got back on a couple of agents that some of the teams wouldn't accept me because I had bad character. I had bad character. I had also not made up to the criteria that he was looking for. I wasn't talented enough. I was a bad influence on teammates and a whole lot of things, and I never really let that stop me from doing what I do,
Right.
But, it's times where when you try, you got, I got a little daughter, and it's what I did in school. I played ball, to try to get me a career, build me a nice career, to take care of my family, and getting it taken away because at the end of the day, you're a college player. You can't speak up to the league for yourself. They're going to also go by what your coach is saying,
So you're telling me that Butch would tell the scouts, the NFL scouts, these things about you, that you had bad character and stuff?
Yes, I have my agent, God bless his dead, Mr. Eugene Parker. He was my agent at the time, and I knew him since I was in high school. And his son has a great relationship together. After my college career, we was on the phone. He talked to teams, and a couple of them was saying that my character, off-field habits, also was out there to say I couldn't read playbooks, and stuff like that. And I went through 4 offenses in 4 years at UT. So, reading the playbook and doing all that was never a problem with me.
Right.
He used me to somewhat try to run a couple players off the team that he didn't want on there. Threaten kids' life, or it's either his way or he'll,
Wow.
take their future away from them, or put them on a 1-year scholarship probation.
Wow.
So.
Dang on. I tell you, that's surprising. A lot of these stories that I'm hearing, some of them are almost so unbelievable that you kind of have to say, wow, is this really true? And I know you're a man of your word and you're being honest right now. So, where does Tennessee go from here? I mean, do you think that this was long overdue? Did they keep him around too long?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like he had, as in how could I say it, the salesmanship that he was doing. That was great, for the fans, the audience, and things like that. But at the end of the day, us as in players, we wasn't having fun. It was no fun to the game, playing. It may look like it from the outside looking in, but it was no fun. For even the former players that left and went and played at other colleges.
Right.
I still communicate with them, and it's like they in a whole nother world. They say it's way totally different from being under Coach Jones. It's not prison. It's not, things like that. You know, and I felt like I had a whole lot of fun at UT my first 2 years. And when he got in, it was just everything went downhill. You know, I tried my best to keep my head, you know, still perform and do what I can for UT, but you know, it's limited when you're coaching. You know, they take you out and they tell you this the reason why you ain't playing, this and that and the third, and you know, that kind of get to some players, you know, to stop them from the love of the game or anything, you know, things like that.
Right. So, Marlon, do you feel that you were underused at Tennessee? Do you feel that you weren't, you know, given your share of the carries?
Oh, I feel like I was not used at all, like I was supposed to be, like I was supposed to have been, you know. But one thing about me, I'm a team player, you know, so
Right.
I don't really put him not giving me the ball or using me as that type, but I feel like, honestly, I wasn't used like I was supposed to due to the fact when it's the fans or coaches or players asking the coach, what's the problem, what's this and that, because let's be honest, I mean, since my freshman year, I never had a problem performing or doing what I do on the field, you know, and when people get at him about why am I not playing or why this, is always his off-field habits, and I never failed the drug test or done nothing to get me, you know, in that kind of situation as in my off-field habits or my character, or I was always hurt, which I had a big knee injury coming into college, you know, but later on in my college career, I'm always hurt on injury prone, so that's why they wasn't playing me, but Monday through Thursday, I'm getting majority of the carries all day at practice, you know, and not getting used in the game. You know, that right there alone basically is what I'm saying as a mental beatdown. You're doing what you're doing this and you're doing that, and here, senior or whatever,
Right.
you're finding yourself not playing that much, or, you know, but I just didn't want to keep bringing up no conflict. During the season, nothing like that. I never been that guy. So, you know, I just kept my head, you know, went through school, did what I did, you know, and right now I'm enjoying life, you know, but I just felt like it's a lot of things that's going on, that been going on, that shouldn't.
Right. Well, we're talking to Marlon Lane, former Tennessee running back. Marlon, do you miss the game? What's life like after football? Do you miss it?
Oh, yeah, I do, but right now in my life, I'm just like, I'm kind of happy to be kind of done with it from the last 2 years of my college career. You know, it was just a whole lot of stuff going on, you know, and it just was a mind-wrecking, you know, beat down and things like that. So I the only thing that I can say now is you have way more time on your hands than you had when you played football.
Right.
You know, and I do miss the game. I do hate that I didn't get to take it to the next level, you know, due to parts of what I dealt with Coach and my injuries. You know, I just recently retired in April.
Right. Wow. Well, Marlon, that's great stuff, man. When Tennessee hires a new coach, whenever that may be soon, that may be later, we'll get you back on and we'll talk again, okay?
All right. Thank you for having me.
All right, Marlon. Take care, bud.
All right, you too.
Right. That was Marlon Lane. Wow. Some good stuff there. Holy cow. Did he say that Butch would tell him to threaten people? To threaten guys on the team to get them to leave? That is incredible. That is out of this world. Verbally and mentally abusing players. Butch Jones out at Tennessee. You just listened to Marlon Lane, former Tennessee running back. That's a great guy too. I can really honestly say that Marlon Lane is an awesome guy. Really excited to have him on board at Fourth and Truth, where you can get the truth. You want to hear all these articles and people in Knoxville on their little radio, zoo format, zoo format, XM, FM radio, you know. You can barely hear them. You know, you're going to get the best quality here. You're going to get the truth. You're going to get my honest opinions. No holds barred on this show. Tell it like it is. Don't water it down. Be a truther. That's what I like to call you, a truther. Whatever state you're from, I was born in West Virginia. I'm a West Virginia state truther. That's just what we do. Just how we rock. You're listening to Fourth and Truth, the podcast on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud, YouTube, however you're listening. Thank you.